And now it's time for another episode. It's Manic Mark, real fake outsider artist coming to you from underneath the Artville in the bunker system located in the jungles of the Midwest, the hardest working real fake outsider artist in show business.
Howdy folks, it's me and a new painting which is next to me, which is the Good Luck to Dogs painting, or otherwise known as the Dog Brains painting. But first, my wife's a nurse and is looking for a new job, and there's a lot of requirements to be a nurse. Government controls this thing. It's just amazing. So I just noticed a list of what this employer is asking for. You know, if I just show up to the job, it's like, is your back strong enough to dig a hole, right? Okay, so but in this case, you need a driver's license, which we all do because driving's a privilege, right? We got the driver's license, you need that. You need evidence of car insurance, a background check, and this, you got to go local law enforcement, and they fingerprint you, and okay, so that's serious. And then you get a CPR card and your Social Security card, another government thing, and you need a physical taken within the last 6 months, and you need your discipline license. Discipline license. I didn't know she needed one of those, and well, frankly, there'll be no more cracking the whip around here without paperwork. You know, people accuse me of not being serious. It is, however, seriously heavy, because it's like two paintings. It was a painting, and I didn't like it, so I made another. I may put it into another box. So it's really heavy. So you know, I'll probably never sell it because it will cost obviously more to ship it than I could ever get out of the painting, which is why I ought to be working for, a freight company instead of, trying to sell art. So, and there seems to be an imbalance in this eBay art sales thing, which is everybody makes a buck, but me, okay. But you got what you just got here is your person, your blue person with a brain coming out of the top of the head, which is, I think a large dog has a brain about the same size as a human. So which is why we sort of act like large dogs, basically. Because I know my pug, has a brain about like 1/3 of the size of my own, I think, and he's almost as smart as I am. So, man, if I had the brain the size of a large dog, I could probably do a lot of tricks. And okay, so the head comes off. There's the dog in it. There's clouds and there's licks and kisses. Because, man, in life, what really just makes me feel good is a dog kiss. I love dog kisses. I mean, dogs are great, man. What can you say? I have a dog story. So I've taken Hoover the Wonder Pug to a training class, okay? It was $100 and lasted for, 12 weeks. And you go and you spend half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour, and they teach you, show you something, and you have to, well, one of the things, assignments, like in-class assignment was, and this is in a pet store, right? Really wonderful thing, PetSmart, is that we'll take your dog and help you understand that the dog needs to be socialized. In fact, you may need to be socialized. They have you go walk around the store, come up to strangers, and say, "Would you give my dog a treat?" Well, the idea is for the stranger to tell the dog to sit. That the dog, and you give the dog a treat. Well, I'm in the cat aisle, right? The food aisle. And I go up to this guy and say, "Hi, we're taking a class here, and here's my dog. Hoover, could you give him a treat to help us with it?" And he looked at me and said, "I'm just here for cat food." So everybody doesn't like dogs, and people that aren't in the class that were in the store really needed some socialization, but that didn't happen. So I got a little bird, and I got to eat a treat, chase a car. So this is all sort of like, how I interact with dogs, because I like to get down on the floor and be a dog. Like I said, because I've got like the brain the size of a large dog, and I try to understand where the dogs are coming from. point I wanted to make today was that I was like, searching around, and my wife was trying to find, directions on how to get to a job, and I go to Google, and there's this, you enter the address, and you can actually see a satellite photograph of where you're going, so you have like a better, mental picture. But I noticed this pop-up window came up and said, try this new service. So it's like Google real-time video satellite service. So like, well, I'm trying to think of like, what do I want to find? And I'm thinking, well, I watch Chicken George's videos, and all you see is like the backyard or whatever. I mean, you really don't get a clear overall picture of where he's at. So I thought, well, okay, so I entered it, and here's what I'll show you. Here's what came up. Here, let me enter this, and we'll find. Okay. Oh, look at that. Well, you can tell it's desert. Pretty bleak. There we go. Okay. Oh, there's Chicken George's truck. I wish he'd fix that crack in the windshield. I'm really bothers me, that crack. Anyway, that's where he lives. Well, let me see if I can zoom in on this. Here, I'm not familiar with this interface. Which button? Let's try this red one. Oh, fuck me, fuck. What the fuck did I do? Man, I'm glad I didn't Google my own house. That would have been bad.